Welcome students. So in today's class we shall be starting with our new subcategory of vitamin B complex, that is pantothenic acid. So now let us start with this. What is pantothenic acid? It is a widely distributed, also known as filtrate factor in nature, and its metabolic role is as coenzyme A. So we all are familiar with the term known as coenzyme A, commonly written as CoA. So in many reactions you have come to know this term of coenzyme A. So this is basically derived from pantothenic acid. So now let us see the chemistry of pantothenic acid. It mainly consists of two components, that is pentoic acid and beta alanine. So it is mainly consisting of two components only. The first one is the pentoic acid. See the structure of pentoic acid here. So students, this is the structure of pentoic acid, whereas it is linked with the beta alanine molecule through a peptide linkage. So you can see a peptide bond is being formed here. So students, this is the structure of pantothenic acid. So I am once again saying that this molecule up to here, this is pentoic acid, whereas this is our amino acid beta alanine. So they are together linked by an amide linkage, CONH bond. Now this is a structure for pantothenic acid. We can say this is the structure for pantothenic acid. Now how coenzyme A is formed? Just see. Now the formation occurs in a series of reactions. The pantothenate is first phosphorylated, to which cysteine is added further. So first of all, the phosphorylation occurs at this position. So we can start it from here, the OH will be here, and from at this position the phosphorylation will occur. So at this position the phosphorylation occurs, and a cysteine molecule is added to this side. Now you can clearly see that a cysteine molecule is added on this side. So a cysteine molecule is added. Now after the addition of this pyrophosphate, an AMP molecule is added and a phosphate results in the formation of coenzyme A. So I will be simply writing here the names of the molecules, otherwise the structure will be too long for you to remember. So at this position it will be ribose 3 phosphate, that is further attached to an adenine molecule. So you can see that this is the structure of a coenzyme A. So students, this is the structure of coenzyme A. Now we can also see the most commonly selected compounds or the examples of the compounds which are bound to coenzyme A. So many times we have seen these examples. So first of all, see, let us the example of acyl coenzyme A. So the structure for this is this is the structure for acyl coenzyme A. Similarly, if the R group is an methyl group, then it becomes acetyl coenzyme A, a very important product that is used in many of the biochemical cycles. And third one is succinyl coenzyme A. From succinic acid. So this is the succinyl coenzyme. So all of these are commonly used byproducts or the compounds that are associated with coenzyme A. So now let us see the biochemical functions. The biochemical functions include the following examples. The first one is conversion of pyruvate into acetyl coenzyme A. So in this we can see the coenzyme A is acting here in presence of dehydrogenase enzyme. The next example is conversion of alpha ketoglutarate into succinyl coenzyme A. So once again a coenzyme A is added over here, you can see, in presence of dehydrogenase enzyme. And then in the formation of acyl coenzyme A also from fatty acid. This also occurs in presence of coenzyme A, and the name of enzyme is thiokinase. So students, these are the important biochemical functions or the biochemical reactions in which coenzyme A is involved. The most commonly used or the most commonly involved compound associated with coenzyme A is acetyl coenzyme A. So now let us see how it is formed. We can also say it to be the fate of acetyl coenzyme A. So basically it is coming from three sources, that is carbohydrates, then amino acids, and lastly the fatty acids or the fats. So all of them are contributing to acetyl coenzyme A. So you can see acetyl coenzyme A is formed from all these. Now this acetyl coenzyme A is further subjected to form into various biochemical reactions. The first one being the TCA cycle that leads to production of energy. So 12 ATP are formed per cycle of or per molecule of acetyl coenzyme A that is entering. Then in the synthesis of fatty acids, to form triacyl glycerols. Then in the synthesis of cholesterol, and it further leads to synthesis of vitamin D and steroid hormones. Then it is also involved in synthesis of ketone bodies. That also leads to energy production. We also had studied the formation of acetoacetate, acetone and beta hydroxybutyrate in this. And lastly, it is also involved in detoxification reactions. So this is also involved in detoxification reactions. So this is the fate of acetyl coenzyme. You can see here, this is the fate of acetyl coenzyme. Now the recommended dietary intake is you can see the recommended dietary intake is 5 to 10 milligrams per day only for adults, and the dietary sources are very widely distributed, and the rich sources are egg, liver, meat, yeast, milk and the other daily products. So the deficiency, it is a surprise to all of us that despite the involvement of pantothenic acid in a great number of metabolic reactions, the deficiency manifestations have not been reported in humans till now. So it's only experimental, we can say, but it is not seen as such. So students, I hope now that the pantothenic acid is clear to you all. It's coenzyme A. The chemistry, you can see it is formed by the combination of pantoic acid and beta alanine. Then the pyrophosphate is attached here. So this is a pyrophosphate which is further attached to ribose 3-phosphate and adenine. So basically an AMP molecule and a cysteine molecule. So this is the structure of coenzyme A. Biochemical functions, the pyruvate, alpha ketoglutarate and fatty acid, these three reactions are quite important. Then the fate of acetyl coenzyme A, and lastly the dietary intake and the sources. So I hope now the pantothenic acid is clear to you all.